Good evening, everyone. Here we are back to another Unplugged Live. We've been having technical issues, so hopefully we will be able to do our Facebook Live today. Still not solved 100%, but we are working on it. Let me try to add Gabriel over here. Well, let me see if I managed to add Gabriel over here. It's not been easy. Hopefully this is going to work. Hi, Gabriel.
Hello, Lionel.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. It's not been easy, but it seems like it's working.
Okay.
So hopefully it's gonna work.
Okay,
So how have you been?
let's try our best. I've been doing
technical
quite
issues.
well. Eh?
So tonight we won't have Sergio. Sergio is one of the three musketeers that it's still on the road. A very long day for him. So wishing him a great trip, because sometimes we need to work a little bit past normal hours. And over here things have been moving. Been busy. Been on tour, having a lot of adventures. Not all of them the greatest ones, but I've been doing some posts about the latest updates. So it is what it is. First of all, I want to thank everybody for watching. It hasn't been easy for us with these technical issues. We're still trying to find a solution for this, but technology that we have available is not helping much. But we will sort this out just with a bit of creativity and a bit of more time of testing for a solution for us to be back here with something that provides a more reliable way to do our Facebook Lives. And just to start a little bit, some topics in here. You, Gabriel, I know that you get a lot of bookings through Viator. I don't get many. But it's getting to my attention that some people are just choosing to book through booking platforms because they offer more safety. So they offer another level of trust. They offer another level of safety, and people end up paying in many cases a lot more, and the providers in some cases getting a lot less, because people insist to book through the booking platforms. Well, we've been talking about this very often. We are legally established businesses, okay? I have my own company. You have your own business, Gabriel. We send everybody the personal details, the company details, the tax number, the registration number, the licenses, the insurance policies, all that. And there's not much that we can do. to tell people that we are a legally constituted business and well, a trustworthy business for people to book directly. While people are just booking through the booking platforms, even if they reach out to us first, sometimes it happens that people end up reaching out first, and then the bookings might show up in the booking platform. People are paying more, and when I say that the booking platforms charge 30 to 50% in certain cases, I made a post a couple of months ago, exactly showing images of Viator and Get Your Guide and such, about the commissions they charge. So this is pretty much feeding a big company, providing commissions to a big company that it's trying to just dominate the market and crush the small businesses, because they are working in a way that they will charge the commission that they want. Most of these platforms have been sending emails regularly. Oh, now we added a service fee. Oh, now the commission it's being upgraded for this. Or you now can pay extra commission to get your listings boosted on the top of the rankings. So that is kind of faking the results. But those companies, they work exactly from that commission they take. So the ones that are getting affected are the final providers, because otherwise they are obliged to increase the prices for a certain amount that people will not buy or book any tours, and the final providers are being the ones that are being crushed. So at least for me and for you, and I know that Sergio does the same, we provide all the information, all the data, all the financial info, cancellation policies, how it is processed, the payment. We use established payment providers. So it's a little bit hard to see that people still don't build that trust on the information that we give them, and they go to book through third-party platforms, even paying more, and sometimes a lot more. Okay, and when we're saying a lot, it's really a lot more. Sometimes more than 50% of the actual price of the experience. So, I would like to hear from you if you have, any possible suggestion or insights that you can give people about this, because we try our best to show exactly what we do, to be totally transparent on our business. I know that not everybody is as transparent on the business as we are, but what can we do to try to make this better?
Well, Lunel. Well, firstly, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Lunel. Well, after 3 weeks, finally, we have this chance to chat here a bit. I missed this. I love this. And yes, Facebook, it doesn't help us because for many reasons they don't want to broadcast.
We will sort that out, okay?
Yes, it is what it is. You know, all these big sharks like Facebook, like the Booking.com, like Viator. You know, we live in a world where these big sharks, they are allowed to do everything they want. They have the power, and this happens in all fields. And you know, of course, I'm not even going too deep in my thoughts, because you know we live in a world that nowadays, if we say something like white, the color of the Algarve is white, someone is going to start judge me for something else. So I'm not going too deep on this, but the thing is, we live in a world where people, they rather support the big sharks, the ones who actually harm not just small businesses, but in the long term, everyone, because you know, what goes around comes around, and we are all connected. So when we think that some people, they don't make much money because, I don't know, I have another way to do something and paying less. In the end, we are just erasing all these mid-class, these playmakers that we have in all fields, and we're gonna end up having a world like we're gonna have like 10, 20 sharks and nothing else. Funny though, because today I had a busy day, not on tour, but I went to Faro to deal with some stuff, you know, the Greenway and many other stuff. And I ended up going to a shopping mall, the first one in the Algarve, for Algarve. It opened in 2000, so 25 years
I know
ago.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, because my sister, she works on the other side of the road at BMW, and well, we just went there, and I didn't have lunch, but yeah, I just went there for a coffee. And while I was waiting for her, I just walked around, and there was one corridor with McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Pizza
A
Hut.
friend of
The
mine
other,
used to call that "can't find the chicken."
yeah, the other one with the sandwiches, Pans, something
Yeah,
Pans.
yeah, now the Pens and Company, yeah.
And there's one more, and then I look down, and there's a Starbucks. Okay, all these companies, they are big sharks, and they're taking over everything. So there's no more room for a small bifanage business or something like this. Actually, there's room, but in order to survive among all these big sharks, I think nowadays we have to do way more what we are doing now. We need to show up, and we need to show a difference. We need to differentiate from other people. Actually, nowadays, if we don't show up, people, they don't get to know us. And especially here in the Western countries, people, they live in such a hurry pace that they just want convenience. They don't care, Lionel, if you are doing more or less money, or the host in Portugal or in Spain or whatever. When people, they travel, they care about enjoying their own experiences, and many times they don't even have the will to try to go dig and try to find something deeper. I mean, I understand sometimes we only have 3 4 days, and I mean, I don't want to work so much. I just want to do something. And it's very easy to scroll booking.com, click Viator. Oh, there's one guy here, and the guy is going to take us to the very fancy Benagil, Sintra, whatever, and it's enough. So I think tour guides like us, and we like to do different. We need to show up more and more. All my life, I've been in certain ways. When I look back 10 years back, this throwback, I noticed that I'm not going to say setting some trends, but I'm always one step uh, in advance.
I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so and now I think that with so much competition and so much illegal competition too, if we don't show up, people, they don't get to know us. We've been doing a very good job. Not just you, me, Sergio, but many other tour guides and travel agents, because we use these social media to show up. We are all part of these many travel groups like Travel Portugal, our group Portugal Unplugged. For instance, I'm quite active here in the Algarve in this group. We love the Algarve. And I have my own page, my own group. Actually, my own page is doing quite well, almost 60,000 followers. And some posts, some videos, they become like viral, so it's growing. And this is good because people, they can see us. And we all know that when people, they do reviews, when our name came still popping up, then suddenly we get more messages. So this is like a snowball. The more the speed, the bigger it gets. So I think this is exactly what we have to do, because the big sharks, they don't care about us, and people, it's not because they don't care about us, they don't think about it. They just want to go through the convenience, and many times they ended up losing. They don't even know they are losing. Okay, so my advice, for people who are in these Facebook travel groups, is simply just follow us, just pay attention, because it's very easy to check that Lionel is a real guy, Vitor is a real guy, Pedro Romão, Pedro Branch, all these guys, Sergio, they are real guides, and well, nothing to be afraid of. Just talk direct to us, and we're going to help you to build a nice itinerary, and we're going to provide you with great experiences. Well, lately we've been getting so many nice reviews, so other people, they can see we are real. I work with Viator, yes, not as much as in the past. And you said it very well. I remember when I started 10 years ago exactly, there was one commission, one standard commission, 20%. And then they rise the commission to 25. And then they came out like 2 years ago with this accelerator
Yeah.
accelerator program to help you to sell more. So what is this accelerator? Imagine I have there the chance to offer 28% commission or 30. But then it
Or
says there,
50. You can go to 50.
if you put 35, you're going to erase the adverts of your competition. So basically, it's an auction. They're just saying, the more you give us, the more chances you have to sell. But then in the end, it becomes like Uber and all these platforms. They are absolutely amazing for cheap followers, but they don't help. By all means, they don't help local operators. But again, this is not a problem of visitors. I'm a visitor too. I went to Paris and I did the same. But if we are here on these Facebook travel groups and we are here to help, that's why we run this podcast and we are quite active. We are trying to help people to help us so we can help them because we provide more. That's it. People work through platforms. Some guys, they are very nice guys. For instance, I know Vitor, it might be hearing us, and he works quite well with Viator. And we deliver our best. But when people, they contact us first, we can build itinerary, and somehow, of course, we get more, we deliver more. This is not conscious, it's not the case. I'm not going to do the extra mile because the guys, they book me through Viator. But the wheel is not the same. When people, they contact us, they help us more, we tend to offer more. This is just common sense. This is the way life works. If I'm a giver, I'm going to get more. That's it. So yeah, I think this is always yeah, and I notice many people, they really say it's very convenient. They even tell me. But of course, we've been talking also about the handicaps. Sometimes they get their tours or their experiences canceled last minute because the provider just got another request and maybe a better deal, and they just cancel. So I mean, this is the world we live, and I think we have to do our part, and our part is just showing up and talk with people. With my guests, 3 weeks ago, I had a lovely guest. We ran two tours on Viator, separated by 4 or 5 days. And when we run the first tour, I thought, well, maybe I'm going to tell them to cancel there, and maybe they can book me direct. But no, I realized, okay, I'm not going to do this. They feel comfortable like this. They were great. They gave me a huge tip. I mean, it's okay. There's room for everyone. I think it's also our responsibility to deal with this and to find forms to sell more and better. So I think the way is showing up more, running these lives. Maybe I'm gonna start sharing video content because I think it's very important, not just in our field, but it's a trend in the world. I've been noticing people who start slowly and then they become they become even influencers, right? Because when people, they start having more followers, it's like a snowball. It starts growing. So I think in our field, we can show up, and because people, they need to know us just like we are, with falls, and because we are just humans, Some guys, they look like gods, gurus of travel, People, they praise the guys, ooh, the best guru, the best guide, whatever. But when they show up, who the hell is this guy? I mean, at least we don't hide, right? So we just show up, we show who we are. Some people, maybe they appreciate, some people they don't. And hey, we can't please everyone, but for sure we've been pleasing so many people because the feedbacks, they've been great. Guys, I don't know if we have a few questions here. Well, good evening, Pedro. Yes, safe.
Seems like some fellows are still on the road. So, well,
Yeah,
Pedro on the A2,
the
Vitor,
competition.
I know that is in the southern Spain. So, well, wishing
Well,
him
that's it.
also a great journey. And well, I've been seeing here a few people joining out to follow us. So feel free to say hi. Well, you summed it all. In fact, that is true. Okay, if we don't show up more,
Yeah, more and
it
more.
won't be so worthy to well invest on platforms or whatever, because it's all about what we add as content, what we add as value, that we also boost anything else. Just well, I still feel that some people think that the platforms are in fact a safe way to book, and they are. But you mentioned something very important. A lot of people sometimes come and show up saying, "Oh, my tour was canceled last minute," exactly because this works both ways. So people want
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
the safety net of canceling just a few hours before because they changed their mind. Um, and pretty much they don't really realize that they are harming someone. Okay, but the providers can also cancel with a few things, and there's even some clauses on the platforms where the providers can cancel. Not enough people, so not enough travelers, and some well other issues, and it will be the travelers who are going to lose
Yeah.
their time, okay, because they won't find probably another similar experience, or they might even not find any experience at all, and they end up staying with a full day that well they are not going to do anything. But in fact, when the travelers cancel, they don't care about how much they are harming someone else's business,
No,
because
no,
it's not
no,
their
no.
business. Okay.
Yeah.
But when it's the provider canceling for some reason, plenty of people come
They
online
get
and
mad.
complain from all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And it's very important to tell people, and this is something I've been telling a lot, and a lot of people seem not to believe on what I say. Viator, get your guide, tours by locals, with locals, find your guide, all those kind of things. They don't have any guide at all. They don't have any fleet at all. They are just a third party booking platform. So they just do advertising for someone else's experience. So when
Yeah.
people say, get the tour from Viator because it was great, well, there might be 1,000 tours to Sintra and 500 tours to see Nazaré. Of course, I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating, but well, to Sintra, if there are not 1,000, there might be a few hundreds. Okay. So
Yeah.
when people say go with Viator because we had a great tour with them, which
They
tour
think
did
it's
they
the
have?
operator. Yeah. They think the
Exactly.
guys
Which
are
tour did they
operating.
have? So
Yeah.
that's why I wrote a post recently telling people how to identify or how to help them to identify the tour operators and to reach out directly to the tour operator, because a lot of people end up booking something and they don't know what they're booking. And this is the example by like uh, uh, sometimes you have your car parked somewhere and you have always those little leaflets left on the windshield with an advertising of something, okay, with a
Mhm.
price. But people don't read the fine print, and in many cases, those leaflets don't have a fine print, and they say for more information, contact this or that, or read this or that website. But people book without assessing what they are booking. On the booking platforms, that happens a lot. And no one asks questions before booking. People book,
No.
and then on the
Yeah.
day, they come with the speech of, oh, we thought that this was
Yeah. Yeah.
included.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
thought that we were going to have
Yeah.
time for this and for that.
Gabriel,
Okay,
Gabriel, where's the boat? What
exactly,
boat? We book a tour to Carvoeiro Benagil. Yes, but it's a van tour. Oh, but
yes,
we don't need a van tour. Actually, we have a van. We thought it would be a boat trip to Benagil. And then I said, well,
exactly,
not all tours to Benagil goes by boat. So I
yeah,
run sightseeing tours, and I'm gonna show you Carvoeiro, Ferragudo, Ponta da
exactly,
Piedade, and Benagil. They
yeah,
didn't read. And
exactly.
now, and now we have a problem. They were
Mm-hmm.
7. Oh, we
Mm-hmm.
want to cancel. Yes, you want to cancel. but I lost my day already. So yes, many times people
Yeah.
they don't
And this is the issue.
confirm, they don't read. Yeah.
Ask questions, okay?
Yeah.
And even when people book a tour, don't start doing things without asking the tour provider, okay? Like booking lunches, because if the lunch is not included on a tour, doesn't mean that people would go immediately to book a lunch somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
So ask, okay, can you get us, well, can you recommend a place for lunch? Do you have
Yeah.
recommendations for lunch? Should we book the lunch, okay? But a lot of people just think on their own that
Yeah.
they should take action on this, on that, and sometimes that disrupts the tour itinerary.
Yeah.
So the guides try to make the communication the clearest possible. I send the business proposal with several pages. People don't read it, but the information is there. Okay, but people sometimes the only thing they want to know is how much. They don't care about what. They
Yeah.
just want to they just care about how much. And that happens
Yeah.
in most of the booking platforms. The descriptions are very vague. The descriptions are kind of tricky, and they are
Yes.
tricky to trick people to book. And
To
then during the
bite.
day, they get deceived. Okay,
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
most
Many times.
common things, one of the most common things, by example, in Sintra, okay, it's people kind of assuming that they are going to visit several places, and then they just go to one and probably was not the one they wanted to go. It happened to me many times when I was a guide on group tours, and I worked there for over a year. I was dealing with people that, oh, but we thought that we were going to
Yeah.
do this. Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's not included on the tour. Did you read the description? Back then it was not my company. I was working for a company, and sometimes I needed to report to the back office saying, oh, this guest booked
Yeah.
thinking that they was getting this. Okay. And pretty much well, they never imagined that the tour could run differently. Another example:
Yeah.
tours to Fatima that stop 1 hour in Fatima, but some people want to go there and attend mass. There's no time for mass. Those group
Yeah.
tours are always rush, rush, rush. But then at the end of
Yeah.
the day, yeah, it was nice, but we thought we would have time for this and for that. So
Mm.
that is pretty much wasting money, and more than wasting the money of the tour, it's wasting a full day in a vacation. And a full day in vacation sometimes costs 5, 6, 7, 800 euros, depending on how much people spend on accommodation and on the flights. And people
Yeah.
don't make that now. So
Yeah.
this is hard sometimes to see, to 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 see this happening. And for us as tour guides, having people totally lost, totally frustrated, like the ones on the library I saw, the or searching for Coimbra Library a few days ago. I wrote a post about that. Um, and they were totally disappointed. So people book stuff thinking they're gonna have a great time, but they don't know what is included or not, and they don't read the fine print. So please, for your better experience, ask questions. Whatever question you have, ask them. Is it with us? Is it with a booking platform? Ask the questions. Because
Yeah.
in many cases, people are just buying something that doesn't suit what they want, doesn't suit their needs or their expectations, and then of course the bad reviews happen, right? And in
Yes,
many
yes.
cases,
Many times they ended up writing bad reviews, but actually
it was
they
their
don't have to
fault because
blame.
they didn't assess
It
it.
was their fault because
Yeah,
they didn't read. They didn't know
exactly.
what they were buying. I
Yeah.
mean, if I don't like oranges and I just order oranges, it's not
Well,
the
it
owner of the oranges' fault. It's my
it
fault.
happened to me. It happened to me working for a tour company. Okay, and I see that Vitor mentioned the Rábida. I was doing a Rábida tours that had two wineries. And people booked that because the images looked beautiful, because the images of the Arabida mountain, they are beautiful, okay,
Yeah,
and that was a group tour, but they didn't drink. So they booked a tour with two wineries, but they didn't drink. And then they tried to change the itinerary. Oh, but we don't drink. Can we go somewhere else? No, because you, two or three of you booked a tour. There's more, four or five over here on the
yeah,
van that booked the wine
yeah,
tour. So I'm not going to change an itinerary
yeah,
because you don't drink. I'm sorry, you're going to go to the winery and just keep looking at the others. Okay. So
Oh,
people do not read the descriptions. They don't
sometimes
want to
no.
assess.
Even more funnier, sometimes it happens. I go to pick up people from a hotel or something, and
Mhm.
they look at me, and I run tours many times with my big van. They look at me and they say, "There's no one else coming." And then, yeah, you book a private tour. I mean,
Yes,
sometimes
exactly.
people they don't even know they booked a private tour,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Look,
Yeah.
it
Well,
happens. They ask, but are we not going to pick up other people? No, you booked a private tour. So because I only do
yeah,
private.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
So people don't
yeah,
read, and people
yeah,
book stuff by price, not what it is. Okay, and this is
yeah,
something I've been telling a lot. Price is what you pay, value is what you get, and the experience is what you're going to remember.
yeah,
And a lot of
yeah,
people will remember bad experiences, and it was not the guide's fault. It was just their fault because they
yeah,
didn't check what they were getting. Okay?
yeah,
But then there's no possibility to make reviews on guests, but they will easily make a review on the guide or the company because it didn't meet their expectations. And in many situations, it was not the guide or the company's fault. They were just the ones that did not assess correctly what they were booking.
yeah,
So
yeah.
many years doing tours and sometime working with group tours. Okay, um, I've seen that happening a lot. So
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately,
And
it's
this
something to
happens
address.
in all fields. When I was in sales in the construction industry, it was a bit the same. You know, this is something. It's a human behavior. Many times we don't pay attention. I, me too. Sometimes it happens. I'm gonna look something. I'm gonna buy something. After all, you know. But of course, we are here to help. So we are experts
Yeah,
on our field.
yeah,
And that's why we're talking about this, because we are just trying to make people a bit more aware. Well, let me talk with these guys because we're going to help them. We just want to help people. We run businesses, yes, but besides that, we like to go beyond that. We like to help people, and we really help people to experience the best because if they experience memorable days, they gonna it's like we are promoting our country and ourselves. They gonna if they feel happier, they gonna talk wonderful things about Portugal, the wine and the food and the guides, and
yeah,
that's why we want to help them to enjoy the best. But sometimes it doesn't work. A week ago I had a few fellows and I ended up being just a driver because they had already all these deals with other people. They went here, they went there. It's fine, okay, it's fine. I mean, now I embrace this. I'm a professional. But yeah, some people, they don't take the best of their trips to Portugal. You know, we see this. I mean, if they don't see it, they don't suffer too, right? But many times they feel frustrated and they blame the place. Oh, there's nothing to see, there's nothing to do, or but it's their own fault. But we are here
yeah.
to help, right? Not
When
to
when
judge, just to help.
when the guide says, "Let's do it this way, let's do it that way," we've been doing that hundreds of times, and one person that probably was there once, okay, feels entitled to tell them, "Do it this way or do it that way, or go here
Oh,
or go
yes, yes,
there."
yes. Yeah.
But the guides that have been there hundreds of times,
Uh,
probably in many cases, well, their
yeah.
opinion is not so worthy. I'm going to finish with
No.
something, and this is just a curiosity that happened. Um, a few days ago, I made a post where I offered a free call, uh, uh, travel planning or a trip planning call. Okay, I have that on my website. I will open dates for that soon. Okay, one of these days when I'm on the mood for that, I will open a few more slots. That is not something that I'm going to open very often, but I want to help people. As you said, we are here to help. And pretty much there was a challenge over there on the post I wrote, but almost no one picked up the challenge. The person who picked up the challenge probably is going to see this live later. We have several days booked, but she anyway picked up the challenge to get a call with me. Okay, it was 30 minutes. It ended up being a little bit longer, but there was a lot of questions to ask, and there were a lot of things that I could be helpful, that I could answer those questions, because no one knows everything, and people
Yeah.
still have some doubts and stuff that they would like to know. So when people are here in a free will, okay, and I'm mentioning this, I'm not charging anything for those calls, it's for free. I open a few slots to help people to plan their trips to Portugal, to just answer any questions they have, whether they book with me or not. um, well, I would just say to people, take it, okay? Because I see so many people totally lost with a
Yeah.
very, very, I would say, wrong idea of a certain place, or not
Yeah.
really knowing how to
Mm,
move around, or trying to
mm,
assess a few things, not really well understanding the ins and outs. It's frustrating for me as a guide to be in a place like waiting for my guests that they are on the shop, and during 10 or 15 minutes I need to help 4 or 5 people that are totally
yeah.
lost, cannot find their
Yeah.
way, or they are really missing this or that aspect, okay? Or once again, I felt very, very bad and sorry for that couple that was trying to go to the library in Coimbra, and I needed to be the one telling them the bad news. Sorry, you're not going to make it today because
No.
there are no tickets, okay? So we guides, we are here, we do these Facebook lives, we are available here on the group, on our messenger, on our WhatsApps, to help people when they have questions, okay? Well, people just should understand that what we really want is people to leave Portugal with the best possible
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah.
We don't entitle ourselves of the best or the gurus, as you mentioned, but we've been on the business and on the road for years, okay? And that is very
Yeah.
important, being on the road for years. Because you have a lot of people that are on the business for a year, but they never took off from their desk, okay? They never took off
Yeah.
from their office. And that happens a lot with people that, organize itineraries, plan stuff. They are just sitting behind the desk organizing stuff, but we are the ones that are every day on the field. And every day on the
Yeah.
field can be like, today this road is closed, today this road is open. Yesterday I could visit that. Today I cannot because it's under renovation. Okay, so it happens very very often. Uh, uh, um, really, that we see people totally misled and totally lost on their itineraries, on their travels, but they got opinions from someone that they thought that was very knowledgeable, or
There's
wrote some
there.
books, or probably
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
here once and now it's entitled to be, well, the best travel
Lionel,
book.
it's the misconceptions, it's also the
Hmm.
stereotypes. When people they think about tour guides, they think we just try to sell and to rip them off or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
It's
that's another
unbelievable.
thing. Yeah.
Sometimes if people they don't accept our suggestions, our tip, our advices because they think we are trying to manipulate something, and then they follow the hearsay and they follow what some guys who pray something else and they ended up following these things. Oh, but I heard from my friend Gabriel that that place here, okay, if you want to go there, I'm going to take you there. I mean,
This gave me some ideas, and I'm gonna probably put some ideas to work one of these days. And
but
you might even be part of that as well. But then
I
we'll
will,
discuss
I
that
will, because
offline. Okay?
like I
Yeah,
said previously, and now we are about to finish, and I already said it here. I think it's very important to show up,
yeah.
video
But
content, doing
you
those
just.
doing those consultation. Now in winter, offering
Mhm.
some days, some slots for free. This is very important because people they get to know us better. At least a few people they get to know us better.
But
And
this
and the, go ahead.
this will bring some new stuff, okay? And we just we will just discuss that later on. But this will bring some new stuff. But we are here to
Well, we
help.
have ideas.
So I'm just I'm just laughing now a little bit of what Vitor just said. Starting at
Yeah.
Porto, going to Guimarães, lunch in Lisbon, and visit the Bones Chapel in the same day. Or then you have those cases of some professionals book departed from the Algarve, having lunch in Cascais, and then visit Sesimbra in the afternoon with drop off in Lisbon. So
Well,
those kind of things. Okay.
no, it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can call the back and forth tour.
Yeah.
Back and
Exactly.
forth
Yeah.
tour.
So, yeah.
I
But
mean,
it's what it is.
well,
So,
we are here
well,
to try to help people, and sometimes it's funny, but it is what it is, right? No
once
judgment. We just
again,
want to help people.
yes, once again, this was a great chat. once again, it was awesome to be here with you. And I know that Sergio, it's still on the road. He probably would have stuff to add over
For
here.
sure.
Sorry for everybody. They've been missing us on the last few weeks, but technology has these things, and we have already some ideas to discuss over here between us to try to solve the issue. And we'll be back with more ideas, more stuff, new stuff to do. But really, we are gonna we're gonna work during the winter to have more and more people to have a nice experience next year. I'm already getting several bookings for next year. It's happening already that I'm getting bookings, or people inquire me for days that I am booked already for next year, and I need to tell them I'm sorry, I'm already booked for that day, and we're talking about stuff that it's like 9-10 months ahead. But it's what it is. So we are here, and the next year we are gonna help a few more people to have a great time in Portugal. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment here or the group. Feel free to create your posts. We are here to really make your journey in Portugal unforgettable. So from my side, just good evening to everybody. Good evening, Gabriel. And as always, I will post this on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel in a few minutes, and it will be available for everybody to watch. So see you next week, guys.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.